Morning, everyone. Good morning,
Good morning,
everyone.
sir.
Yeah, who's next on the list?
Hello, sir. I'm the
Yeah,
next one.
yeah. Start your presentation.
ठीक है. Hello, everyone. My name is Rutuja Shankara Zambre from B2 batch CBZ. So today I'm presenting my presentation on the topic chromosomal disorder. So first of all, there are some 8 outline which I understand. So first one is chromosome and chromosomal disorder. So we all know that what is chromosome. Chromosome is a colored body which is a thread-like structure and made up of three parts, which is DNA, histone protein, and non-histone protein. It is a nuclear component and it is a very capable for self reproduction, and most important, it is play a vital role in the mutation, variation, and it is very important for development of species. So now we come to the point chromosomal disorder. So chromosomal disorder occurs in two ways. In first one is when the changes in number, and second is changes in structure. So when number increases or decreases, it is result in a development of living being. if अगर इसमें डेवलपमेंट नहीं होगा, अगर नंबर इंक्रीज भी हो जाए और डिक्रीज भी हो जाए, और सेम एज स्ट्रक्चर में भी अगर फॉल्ट आ जाए, तो क्रोमोसोमल डिसऑर्डर ऑकर होता है. सो नेक्स्ट, मतलब यहाँ पे मैंने स्ट्रक्चर बताया है. सो आप देख सकते हैं, दिस इज द डीएनए, डबल स्टैंडर्ड डीएनए स्ट्रक्चर विच इज लीड्स इनटू थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर विच इज कॉल्ड एज क्रोमोसोम. So we come to the point chromosomal abnormalities. When cell carry a extra sets of chromosome, then it is called as polyploidy. अगर उसको एक्स्ट्रा, और उस पॉलीप्लॉइडी को और एक्स्ट्रा अगर सेट क्रोमोसोम का लग जाए तो उसको ट्राई पॉलीप्लॉइडी बोलते हैं. अगर two extra set which will be a 92 chromosome in total, then it's called as a tetraploidy. So बट इन द केस व्हेन अगर मिसिंग हो जाए और एक्स्ट्रा आ जाए क्रोमोसोम, एक्स्ट्रा सेट हो जाए, तो फिर उसको एनीप्लॉइडी बोलते हैं. इफ वन एक्स्ट्रा क्रोमोसोम इज प्रेजेंट, इज कॉल्ड एज ट्राइसोमी. पर पहले के केस में अपन ऐसे देखे थे कि वहां पे सेट बोला था, बट ट्राइसोमी में इज ओनली कॉल्ड एज व्हेन होल क्रोमोसोम इज प्रेजेंट. यहाँ पे सेट नहीं बोला गया है. और उसका नंबर हो जाएगा 47. एंड मोस्ट कॉमन डिसीज कॉल्ड एज डाउन सिंड्रोम. अगर उसको 2 एक्स्ट्रा क्रोमोसोम लग जाए जिसका नंबर हो जाएगा 48, उसको हम बोलेंगे टेट्रासोमी. एंड अगर वो क्रोमोसोम अगर मिसिंग हो जाए तो उसको हम बोलेंगे मोनोजोमी, उसको बोलेंगे मोनोजोमी, और उसका नंबर होगा 45. इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड, there are 3 main diseases which is caused by the chromosomal disorder. So first one is Turner syndrome. Turner syndrome डायरेक्टली इंडिकेट एज अ फीमेल सिंड्रोम. ये फीमेल में पाया जाता है, और क्लिनफिल्टर ये मेल में पाया जाता है. सो टर्नर सिंड्रोम में क्या होता है ना, उसका कैरियोटाइप 45 एक्सो मीन्स यहाँ पे Y अब्सेंट है, वहां पे प्रेजेंट है O, और इंसिडेंस है 1:3000 न्यूबॉर्न. and inheritance sporadic, meiotic and mitotic non-disjunction and genitala female. यहाँ पे मैंने कैरियोटाइप की डायग्राम दिखाई गई है. अभी हम इसके क्लिनिकल फीचर में जाएंगे. सो आई विल एक्सप्लेन विद द डायग्राम. सो आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे एक डायग्राम है जो फीमेल टर्नर सिंड्रोम की है, जहाँ पे लो हेयर लाइन, शील्ड शेप थोरैक्स, वाइडली स्पेस निप्पल, शॉर्टन मेटाकार्पेल 4 and small fingernails, brown spots and characteristic facial feature, fold of skin, contraction of aorta. Aorta is concerned with heart, poor breast development, elbow deformity, and यहाँ पे नो मेनिस्ट्रेशन होगा. एंड सो टू द हार्मोन प्रोफाइल जाएंगे तो लो प्लाज्मा एस्ट्रोडोल और हाई प्लाज्मा एलएच एंड एफएसएच कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. और डायग्नोसिस इसका होगा हार्मोनल प्रोफाइल, एंड ये हार्मोनल प्रोफाइल की वजह से होगा. नेक्स्ट वन कैरोटाइप और बैरर बॉडी एब्सेंट. सो अब हम इसका मैनेजमेंट देखेंगे. तो मैनेजमेंट मींस इसके डिसीज के साथ हम कैसे फेस कर सकते हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हाइट मेंटोरिंग, कार्डियटिक इवोल्यूशन, बीपी मेजरमेंट एंड इको बेसलाइन. ये हमें हर साल करना पड़ता है जो इन सिंड्रोम से ये है. ग्रोथ हार्मोन थेरेपी है. नेक्स्ट वन इज ओवेरियन हार्मोन रिप्लेसमेंट. सेकंड एंड थर्ड वन इज प्रोफैलेटिक gonadotomy in Turner syndrome with the Y chromosome is recommended. नेक्स्ट ये हो गया टर्नर सिंड्रोम के बारे में. अभी हम पढ़ेंगे क्लिनफिल्टन सिंड्रोम. क्लिनफिल्टन सिंड्रोम is a chromosomal condition that affects a male physical and conjunctive development. इसका इंसिडेंस है 1:500 to 1000 न्यूबॉर्न एंड जेनोटाइप है 47x XY. यहाँ पे ओनली 1x is present, नहीं 2x is present and 1y is present. So इसके क्लिनिकल फीचर हम डायग्राम से रिप्रेजेंटिंग करेंगे. आप देख सकते हैं इसका स्कॉल कल्चर है. हम इसके फीचर मतलब क्लिनिकल फीचर देखेंगे. स्लाइटली फेमिनाइज फिजिक्यू, माइल्डली impaired to IQ, and female type of pubic hair pattern, and parental baldness absent, poor beard growth, and breast development in 30% of case, osteoporosis and small testes. अब ट्रीटमेंट, इसके ट्रीटमेंट फर्स्टली इसके ट्रीटमेंट एंड्रोजन थेरेपी में होता है, जिससे में हम टेस्टोजोन मतलब जो टेस्टोजोन है वो हम रिप्लेस करके हम उसको testosterone replacement should be being at puberty around 12 years, and thus should be increased until the sufficient maintain of age propitiate serum. ये अपन रिप्लेस भी करके. एंड नेक्स्ट वन इज स्पीच बिहेवियर थेरेपी. अपन इनके साथ स्पीच बिहेवियर थेरेपी भी यूज कर सकते हैं. एंड थर्ड वन इज फिजिकल ऑक्यूपेशनल थेरेपी. ये एंड फोर्थ वन इज ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ फॉर इनफर्टिलिटी. इन 1996 पे ऐसा था कि उनको वो न्यू बॉर्न बेबी कन्वे नहीं कर सकते, बट आफ्टर द 1996 many scientists research on that, and वहां से पता चला कि इन लोगों को भी ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ इनफर्टिलिटी कर सकते हैं. और अभी उसके बाद जेनेटिक काउंसलिंग. हमें उनके साथ काउंसलिंग करनी चाहिए जेनेटिक्स के बारे में कि जेनेटिकली डिसीज है. एंड देन रिप्रोडक्टिव जेनेटिक काउंसलिंग ये भी वैसे. एंड थर्ड डिसीज इज डाउन सिंड्रोम. डाउन सिंड्रोम इज कॉज्ड बाय ट्राइसोमी. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इज ट्राइसोमी, और ये इसका इंसिडेंस है 1:800 to 1:1000 न्यूबॉर्न. Chromosome number 21 is present in triplet. Origin of extra chromosome may be maternal or paternal. ये दोनों साइड से भी हो सकता है, मदर साइड से भी हो सकता है और फादर साइड से. There are some risks of in newborns. एक एक एज बताइए फीमेल की जिसमें ये रिस्क हो सकता है। 15 to 29 ये चांसेस बहुत कम होते हैं, बट इन द केस ऑफ 30 to 34 चांसेस थोड़े बढ़ जाते हैं वैसे। और 35 to 39 ये उससे भी ज्यादा चांसेस होते हैं कि ये बेबी बॉर्न हो सके। और उसके बाद 45 के बाद 1:50 रेशो रहता है इसका। बेसिक डिफेक्ट इसका ऐसा रहता है, नॉन डिसेक्शन 95% रहता है, and translocation 44%, and mosaicism is 1%. ये डायग्राम बताइए जिसमें ये डायग्राम है जिसमें अपन क्लियरली देख सकते हैं कि डाउन सिंड्रोम का चाइल्ड कैसे रहता है, जहाँ के ग्रोथ फेलिवर एंड मेंटल रिटार्डेशन। आपने बहुत सारे बच्चों को देखा होगा जो डाउन सिंड्रोम से पीड़ित है, उनका मेंटल रिटार्डेशन रहता है। एंड फ्लैट बैक ऑफ हेड and abnormal ears, many loops on fingertips and palm crease, spatial skin ridge pattern, unilateral and bilateral absence of one rib, intentional blockage, umbilical hemia, abnormal PVs, diminished muscle tone। ये सब इसके फीचर्स है, क्लिनिकल फीचर्स जो डाउन सिंड्रोम न्यूबॉर्न रहते हैं। अब इसका मैनेजमेंट इसके 3 टाइप्स में आते हैं। प्रिंसिपल ऑफ जेनेटिक काउंसलिंग, हमें इस जेनेटिक काउंसलिंग करने होंगे जो फादर और मदर है कि ये जेनेटिकली होता है। और काउंसलिंग इज द मेन part in all 3 diseases because it's not fault of mother or father, it depends upon the chromosomes number. So next one is counseling is an antigenal diagnosis in initial screening with maternal serum makers and parent, and उसमें 2 parts है, initial screening and second is parental karyotypes. Next one, or this presentation I referred from the Google and most of the from Googles and some books. So sir, so sorry, मैंने बहुत सारी गलतियां कर दी है, but thank you for giving me chance. Thank you sir, मेरा हो गया।
Thank you very much. कोई बात नहीं, गलतियां हुई तो कोई बात नहीं, ऐसे ही देते देते आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ता जाएगा और एक समय आएगा कि आप अच्छे प्रेजेंटर हो जाओगे। It's not a problem at all. It was nice attempt, but many places you have misspelled many terms and जैसे aneuploidy की बात की थी आपने। aneuploidy मतलब नंबर का क्रोमोसोम नंबर में abnormal condition रहना है, 45 हो जाना, 47 हो जाना, 48 हो जाना, 46 नहीं रहना, उसको aneuploidy कहते हैं। उसके अंदर में प्लॉइडी में आपने ये भी बताया था कि सेट्स का भी नंबर बढ़ता है तो हम उसको मल्टीप्लॉइडी में काउंट करते हैं। Anyways, thank you very much. The next one.
So I want to present.
Okay, start.
Can you please present my presentation? I cannot do it. I have my notes on my phone.
Okay, so you don't have the presentation on your screen?
No, I'm unable to present it from my side.
नहीं, आज अभी तो सब प्रॉब्लम नहीं है किसी को भी वैसे।
I am using laptop, sir, and I have my notes on my phone.
तो नो प्रॉब्लम, तो दोनों से लॉगिन हो जाओ।
Okay, I'll try.
हाँ, दोनों से लॉगिन हो जाओ, शुरू हो जाएगा। वैसे आपका प्रेजेंटेशन क्या नाम है आपका?
श्रेयसी करडे।
श्रेयसी। जो शुरू हो जाओ, मैंने शेयर कर दिया है आपको, ठीक है? श्रेया जी,
Yes, sir.
मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ।
Okay, thank you, sir.
श्रेया जी,
Yes, sir.
हो रहा है?
Yeah. Should I start?
Yeah, start.
Okay. Good afternoon. I am Shreyasi. Today my topic is Mendelian laws and dominant recessive relationship. So back. First, we will let to know about who Mendel is. So his full name is Gregor Johann Mendel. He was born on 20th July 1822 in the place called as Czechia and died on 6th January. So he was a scientist, mathematician, biologist known for creating science of genetics, which we all know. And he is known as father of genetics. Okay, so he came up with 3 postulates which were later known to be laws. So these are the laws of inheritance which Mendel came up with. First one is law of independent assortment, law of dominance, and law of segregation. First law is law of independent assortment. So the law states that the gene for different traits segregate independently of each other. It means that the separate traits are separately inherited. To explain more, when two pure parents differing in 2 pairs of contrasting characters, say capital T and small t, are crossed, the inheritance of one pair of character is independent of the another. Now to explain more, let us consider the example yellow and green. जब येलो को मौका मिलेगा ग्रीन के नहीं सॉरी येलो को जब मौका मिलेगा wrinkled और round seeds के साथ, it will still express itself and same goes for the green colored seed. This law can be explained with the help of dihybrid cross. So next. Next law is law of dominance. So the law of dominance states that there are two types of traits which we all know, dominant and recessive. So the character which expresses itself in F1 generation is called as dominant character, and the other one which does not express itself is a recessive one, right? So this law can be explained with the help of monohybrid cross, and this law is universally not accepted. Now there's a reason why this is not accepted, because according to Mendel, there should have been only two kinds of people, either tall or short, either dark colored or light colored. But there are people who have brown skin tone, or probably they're neither tall nor short. So that is the reason why this law is not universally accepted. So next. Yeah. So the next law is law of segregation. This law is also called as law of purity of gametes, which I'll explain later why it is called this. So in a hybrid union, for example, capital T, small t, uh, the members of the allelic pair remains together without mixing, diluting or altering each other, and they separate during gamete formation. Now the meaning of this law is that when there's some cross going on, uh, there will not be any mixing and mixing up with the characters. It will for example, capital T will still express itself and will have its own properties and characters. It will not get mixed up with small t. This law is universally accepted, and it can be explained with the help of monohybrid cross. Next. Let us now know about dominant and recessive relationship. The basic thing we know is that the characters that are expressed are said to be dominant, and the one that is not expressed is said to be recessive. Now, the dominant and recessive are relative terms, much like taller and shorter. One may dominate over another, like we all know, right? Sometimes two alleles do not have a dominant recessive relationship. If both are equally expressed, they are called as codominant. If the phenotypic is blend between the two, that it is called as incomplete dominance. To explain more, the incomplete dominance, it is a form of gene interaction in which both alleles of a gene at the locus are partially expressed. Like, for example, 50% expressed, right? For example, we can take an example of if there's a cross between a white flower and a red flower, and the production of it is pink flower. This is said to be incomplete dominance, because because both white and red, both of them are equally partially expressed. Next is what is codominance. It is a relationship between two versions of gene coming from each parent received by an individual. So if the alleles are different, dominant will be expressed and R will be masked, recessive will be masked. The example for codominance will be, suppose someone has ABO blood group, which means that both A and B alleles are expressed together. That is the meaning of codominance. I hope I'm clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shreyashi, right?
Yes, Shreyasi.
Shreyashi, your way of presenting was very good, but
Thank you.
you have slightly jumbled up the slides. You know, the segregation, you haven't explained it. And the law of dominance is the first thing which he has postulated, and then the law of segregation, and then came up the independent assortment. Because the law of segregation is, as you said, it's been well explained by the monohybrid cross, and then dihybrid cross explains the independent assortment. Like dominance, you all know, I have already told in the class what the domination is like and what is recessiveness. So when a character or a trait, the character or trait means character that is visible physically. No, that is called trait.
Yeah.
Trait has got a pair of alleles, and those alleles are, on the pair, though two alleles, different alleles. That means, suppose if we take color of skin, it's black or white. There's only two alleles. But in case of human skin color, we have got 4 or 5 different genes responsible. That's why it doesn't show the law of dominance exactly. That's why it's not universally accepted in all cases. Otherwise, every allele, every character, every trait has got 2 alleles. One acts as dominant and one acts as recessive. And when they are transferred or passed down to the gamete formation, when they are transferred in the gametes, they are transported as haploids. So half the set of the chromosomes go. That way, only one allele goes into it. So that way, the alleles are kept segregated. Every time when they come in pair again, they are now assessed on the law of domination. लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस के हिसाब से वो फिर अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करते हैं. दैट इज सेग्रीगेशन. सेग्रीगेशन इज नथिंग बट it's maintenance of the alleles in their own originality. Anyways, thank you very much. Then another one. Anybody in the? Thank you, Shaji. Who will come up next?
Sir, me, Ruperi Mishra.
Yeah, yesterday you started and you the Ruperi, the same girl, right?
Yes.
Okay, can you finish in 5 minutes? What happened? हेलो.
Yes, sir.
आप 5 मिनट में खत्म कर पाएंगे?
हाँ सर.
अच्छा, फिर कर लीजिए, फटाफट शुरू कर दीजिए. शायद ये फिर से बंद हो जाएगा 10 मिनट.
Okay, sir. His screen is visible, sir?
Yes, very well visible.
Yes.
Can start.
Okay, hello, good afternoon to all. My name is Ruperi Mishra. Here I'm presenting the seminar on the topic disorder caused by the chromosomal number, that is Turner syndrome. Turner syndrome is a genetic condition that only affects girls. On average, for every 2,000 girls born around the world, one of them will have Turner syndrome, and it's named after the Dr. Henry Turner, who discovered the syndrome in 1938. Then after, now let's see how do people get Turner syndrome. Turner syndrome is typically caused by non-disjunction. Our genes are like a code which determine how we look and how we body work. All of these genes wrapped in a 46 chromosomes of all 46 chromosome, where one pair is different in boys and girls, that is sex chromosome X and Y, while the boys have XY chromosome and the girls have XX chromosome. Now in this picture we can see the gametes. We can see the gametes with 23 chromosome for the from the father fused with 23 fuse with gametes with 22 chromosome to form an embryo with monosomy. Means monosomy means the missing one chromosome from the pair of For example, if a female has X chromosome, X monosomy rather than 2, then she has a Turner syndrome. Then abnormality is not inherited from an affected parent. This syndrome is passed down from parents to child, and because women with this disorder may be infertile but still have a children, though the technique like IVF means in vitro fertilization. In next slide, let's see. Now, in next slide, now let's see the characteristic of Down syndrome. So first one is girls and women with have Turner syndrome often have wide range of different characteristics. Nearly all girls are shorter than average, and their ovaries don't work properly. Ovaries make the hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. With less of these hormones, girls with Turner syndrome may not have periods as usual. There are also more sub-physical differences. For example, having a wide neck and slightly puffy hands and feet. Sometimes these features can be picked up on a pregnancy scan, but Turner syndrome is usually diagnosed after birth. In fact, diagnosis can happen at any age, and because the main feature can only occur at puberty, some girls aren't diagnosed until they became the teen. Now the symptoms. Symptoms in every infant include swollen hands and feet and wide and weak neck. In females, we can see absence or incomplete development of puberty and a broad chest, infertility and short height. There are also other symptoms that may occur with Turner syndrome. These include weak bones, hearing difficulties, or problem with the kidney, heart, or thyroid gland. Then there may be the specific differences with behavior of learning, but intelligence is not affected. And this may seem like a long list, but most girls will see a few features. Now, in the last, let's see the treatment on Turner syndrome. For the main feature of short height and ovary problems, hormones treatment can be used. Estrogen and progesterone can be replaced by taking a tablet, and for short height, growth hormone may be given by injection to help the girl to grow as tall as she can. And some parents may take the female hormones, that is estrogen, to promote the normal sexual development. So although there are no cure for Turner syndrome, with treatment, with most girls are able to live long, normal and healthy lives. And it is important to get a routine checkup by doctors to pick on any potential problems early on. And all Turner syndrome, as Turner syndrome can affect many different parts of the body. The specialist may include such as hormone specialist, physiologist, and heart specialist and kidney specialist, etc. Thank you. Here my presentation is end.
Thank you, Rupeni. It was a good presentation, but like as you said in the last few slides, you said the treatment for Turner syndrome. When you talk about syndrome is that condition of a body, that abnormal condition of body from where you cannot come back to normality. You know, it cannot become normal. That's why it's called syndrome. Yes. Otherwise, it would have been called disease. A disease is a dis-ease, unrest, uncomfortable condition, abnormal condition by which you can come back to your normal condition. But in syndrome, you cannot come back to your normal condition. That's why it's called syndrome. So in syndromes, you don't say it's treatment. You call it management. As the earlier presentation, she said, you have mentioned it, there is no cure for it, but you do not call it treatment. Treatment means curing, okay? So this is usually called management of the syndrome, because syndrome cannot be cured. So you need to manage it. You need to manage it till you are living. So good. Anyway, now we'll put an end to the today's session, and I think 25th तक आप लोगों को सबको प्रेजेंट करना था, बट बहुत स्लो चल रहा है, हमारी कनेक्टिविटीज के भी इश्यूज होते रहते हैं. आप लोगों को एक दिन और देना होगा ये 25th के पहले. आज 23rd है, कल परसों तक में आपको एक दिन और देना पड़ेगा, समय देना पड़ेगा. 2 बजे के बाद जब फ्री रहता तो बोलिए मुझे, हम एक एट स्ट्रेच पूरा ले लेंगे. लेकिन जिन लोगों ने प्रेजेंट नहीं किया और जिन लोगों ने, बहुत लोगों का मैं दिख रहा हूँ कि सबमिशंस नहीं है, जिनको सबमिशन नहीं रहेगा उनको 0 चला जाएगा 25th को, और जो दे रहे हैं उनके अपने स्कोर मिल रहे हैं उन लोगों को. तो बी अवेयर ऑफ दिस. कल या परसों तक या फिर आज जब भी आप लोग बोलते हैं कि 2 बजे के बाद हम फ्री हैं, तो वी कैन हैव अ सेशन ऑफ 1 hour और 2-3 सेशन ले लेंगे आधे घंटे के, ताकि पूरे लोग प्रेजेंट कर सकें. और जिन लोगों के भी प्रेजेंटेशंस नहीं आए हैं ऑनलाइन, वो सबको 0 स्कोर चला जाएगा. This will affect in your internal assessment marks, which we are going to send to the university. Okay, thank you very much for today, and we'll see you again in next session, which you tell me कि किस दिन लेना है. चलिए, thank you very much.